Hey, welcome back to the channel. So, here, look at this. This is my last gacha. And I was thinking of pulling GP02A. Like, one pull should be okay. Like, if I don't get him, then I don't get him. If I get something, then I get him. But I actually got very lucky. Like, look at this. I finally got Beltor Chica. I failed to get her in the previous banner, the Zeta Gundam banner, but because she is a non-limited supporters, and among all the supporters that I can get her. Oh my god, this is a very lucky day. And I'm gonna explain to you why I'm so excited into getting her. Look at that. I only pulled 10 times, like this is my very first pull and I already got her. So let's go to the game. And in here, you can see that if we want to compare, like Beltor Chica is a supporter that increases Psychomu here, the stats unit of Psychomu. And look at this, the very reason why she is the best supporters for me. Okay, so when you read the title, it is for me. Because all of my Gundams, the UR1s, are from Psychomu. Look at that, that's the very main reason. And there are also a lot more others, like we still have Narrative and also Unicorn Gundam in here. So this is Psychomu. And if we want to compare, look at this. If we go to the previous one, the Lacus, where everybody is pulling her, Lacus is the one-shot killer. Look at this. Now, when you are looking at the one-shot killer, you have Strike Freedom, Aerial, Justice, Freedom, Sazabi, and Striker Custom. So most of them are DPS, okay? And there are no other UR units. Yeah. So those are the UR units. So it's not that many as compared to the Psychomo one, but the SSR are good. Like we have the Aquarius here, although it's not as good as the other ultimate units. There is also Psychoro Gundam, which is comparable to Psycho Gundam. And then we have the Red Warrior, which is actually quite good if you can manage to get him to Limit Break 3. And then the Aerial Gundam, Gundam Aerial Revealed. Like this is gonna be your best free-to-play development unit for alternative series. And then we also have this one, the G-Shelf, which is also one of the good ones. And then we have Hyperion in here, and also the Sword Calamity, which is okay. And then the Geminas, both Geminas are actually one-shot killer, and one of them is a tank. This is weird. I mean, it's actually good that there is a tank that have a power 5000 weapon, so this is one of a kind, very rare. And also this one is really strong. Look at this. This is a 5000 power attack. And then we have the Ultron Gundam, then the Epion, and then the Wing Gundam, the Master Gundam, the Shadow Gundam, which are all good. And then also F90, although I haven't got him yet, but this is also one of the good ones. Then in the Cubely, and then the S Gundam, one of the best SSR units in this game. And the Blue Destiny, and then the Gundam Pixie, and these are the support. This can reduce increased physical weapon damage taken. And then the tank, this one, is actually a disposable tank, if I were to call this guy, because you can get this easily. Like you could just skip the stages of, I think it's in Double Z Gundam. Yes, skip the stages, and it has a movement of 5 as a tank. It's hard to find a strong tank with movement 5. So this is a disposable tank that you can have. And then we also have the Freedom Gundam in here, and two of the best SR units. Like we all know that in my previous video I mentioned that Freedom Gundam is the best SR. The reason is because of the map attack. As an SR Gundam, like you don't have that much survivability. So you can attack your enemy, but you will die by their counterattack. Like they are not as tanky as the UR units or SSR units, obviously. But it has a power 5000 attack, which is actually quite great, and also increase the damage by 5% further. But the best part is this one. It has a 3000 power map attack, which is quite good. And map attack is absolute hit. Like it's unavoidable. It is uncounterable. Like you will not get countered, so you won't die if you use this map attack. And there are a lot of PvE stages where it requires you to use a map attack. So this is one of the very good units, and also it's from alternative series. So you can clear the Expert 3 and also Expert 4 using this Freedom Gundam. Now, there are two actually, notably, stronger SR, but the reason they are not mentioned is because they don't have map attack, which is the Enhanced ZZ Gundam, Double Z Gundam. Look at this. It has a power 5000 attack too, although the problem is that it needs to be attention max on radar. It's similar to Shining Gundam and then the Bolt Gundam, the Dragon Gundam. I think they all have 5000 attack power, but it requires attention max on radar. But for this Double Z Gundam, it also has a backup attack which is in melee range, 4500 power. And the closer you are, the power can get increased by further 5%. Now, and there is this Double Z Gundam. Look at this. Double Z Gundam is another SR unit with 5000 power, but he has two 5000 power attack. Look at this. The Giant Beam Saber is the melee one. This is the one that requires tension max or greater, and this one has 5000 power at range, but doesn't have any requirement on tension max, and also the higher your remaining HP is, the power, the higher the damage increase. So these two are one of the rare instance where SR units is actually stronger than the UR units, like without any limit break. Now that is the one-shot killer. But if you go through here and see the Psychomu, those two are here too. Look at this, because these two are also Psychomu. So I can just use these, supporters, this mothership, and also get those two. So I've been holding back my materials and not upgrading these two because they are, without the mothership, you have a chance to get another mothership. So here's my tips and tricks. If you do want to play this game, like, it is very, very recommended that you find your mothership first. If you can finally get a UR mothership with good tech, and depending on your luck, you can check inside. Like, for example, if we go here, if I go to this one, the toughest nail, okay, now you can check whether you get lucky with this banner or not. Look at this. All the UR units I don't have. Look, the crossbone, the narrative, the GP02, the AZ8. Now, I don't have them, so the only ones I have is this one. And look at the other units is mostly a tanky unit without like a kind of like a glass cannon range unit. Like, it's very rare. It's mostly melee units because they are melee are well known for tankiness. Like, only the G3 Gundam is a strong range DPS. So, but if you get lucky with all the tough SNL units, like all the UR in here, I do recommend that you build your units around this mothership, because the mothership increase all stats of target units by 25%, which is huge. That is huge. And if you can get them to limit break, then it is even better. So that's why it is very important to find your mothership first, depending on the luck of your gacha. And for my case, my luck on gacha ends up in all Psychomu. Look at this. It's all in Psychomu. And another reason why I want to mention this to you, why the Psychomu is the best for me, and probably for some of you if you think the same as me, is because look at this. We have the perfect supporter in here. So if you don't know yet, like, we need to apply a debuff to the enemy to deal as much damage as possible, which is a defense down, physical weapon damage taken up, beam weapon damage taken up, and then special weapon damage taken up to deal as much damage as possible to your target. Now, they all have different level of debuff. Look at this. If we go to the Qbli Double Z, the funnel reduce defense down by 10% at level 1. But if you go to the Zeta Gundam, the Zeta Gundam have a defense down of 20% at level 1. So they have a different level of debuff. Okay, so it is usually they have a one strong debuff and then one weaker debuff. So for this example, the Zeta Gundam have a weaker physical weapons damage taken up debuff, while in the Qbli case, the defense down is the weaker one. The stronger one is this one, special weapons damage taken up by 20%. Now, why Psychomu is the best? Because all of the debuff that currently is the highest in this game are all Psychomu. Look at this. The Phoenix Gundam, although it is very, very weak in terms of stats or survivability or everything else, but it is one of the only two Gundam right now that can have a physical weapons damage taken up at level 6. This is the highest level of physical weapons damage taken up that is currently in the game. The other one is owned by GP02A, but the GP02A need to be in melee range to apply the physical weapons debuff, while this one has a range of 5. So even though this is actually weak, like some players might call this weak, but in terms of utility, this is the best until there comes a power creep of another unit with another physical damage taken up debuff. Then this is gonna be your strongest physical damage taken up debuffer. But even if there comes out a newer unit that can inflict the same physical damage taken up debuff as Phoenix Gundam, they are still the same. Like, your purpose is to just inflict that debuff, and that's it. Your job is done. Your damage is just an extra. You're mostly gonna deal damage with your attacker. Like for my example, here we also have Sazabi and Zeta Gundam as the attacker for the Psychomu, which is great. Like, Zeta Gundam is the power creep right now. It's stronger than the standard banner unit, and the Sazabi is good for killing multiple units in continuously. So we have the physical weapons damage taken up from the Phoenix Gundam. New Gundam is the only one that have a special weapons damage taken up level 6. So this is the highest debuff of special weapons damage taken up, only owned by New Gundam. So this one is also a Psychomu. Then we also have a power creep of the O. If you watch my previous video, I've already told you how strong the pilot is, the Peptimus Sirocco. He is the only pilot that can inflict extra damage, like it gets 20% attack increase when doing a support counter, and it also have the highest beam weapons damage taken up debuff. The other one, I think it's a Freedom Gundam, So, and also Lesigna, this is the defense down. This is the defense down alongside Aerial Gundam. Although Aerial Gundam is much stronger than Lesigna because it has better survivability, it has better attack from the pilot. Suleta Mercury have a really high range stats. So, but in terms of debuff, defense down is still the same. Your only job is to apply this, and that's it. Leave it to the DPS to deal the damage. So we have all the perfect debuff in the Psychomu units, while also we do have the Zeta Gundam in here, which is a really good debuffer too. If you can manage to get this to ultimate upgrade to UR units, then it has another strongest defense down debuff in the game currently, which is a development unit. So if you don't get lucky with the UR, then this is gonna be your highest defense down debuffer. Then you have Vertigo, and then we also have the Overon, which is also a really good melee DPS, 4300 beam saber with a critical damage 10%. So this is a strong melee DPS. And then we also have Queen Manta and Psycho Gundam, my favorite tank with the eye field, like comparable to UR units in terms of survivability. Then both Cubely with different debuffs. And then we also have the full armor Double Z Gundam, which also deals critical damage with barrage. It's a special attack, okay? It is not a range attack. So if you go to expert number 1 stage, you can actually use this guy, to deal damage to the enemy, because it is a special damage, not a beam damage. And we have the Zeta Gundam, also one of the best debuffer in the game. Like, even my brother, who has like every single unit at Limit Break 3, still using Zeta Gundam in certain cases. And we have both the GQ's Gundam. Look at this. We have the Red Gundam, and we also have the GQ's Gundam, which is also, very well that is very, very useful in the expert stage number 1. And then the Zeong, also a really good beam damage taken debuffer. And then we also have this guy, a disposable tank, and the 2 strongest SR unit right now. And if you still want to use a development unit for a physical weapon damage taken debuffer, we also have this Wolf, which is actually not that good, but it is still something if you do want to clear up the the development units mission for expert number 1 stage, because like I said just now, if you can manage to just put the debuff on your enemy, whether your unit is level 1 or level 100, it doesn't make any difference. Like the debuff is going to be still the same. It's only the extra damage that you bring to the table if you upgrade the level of your supporter. But then again, if I bring level 1 Doven Wolf to inflict the debuff, then it just gives extra job for my full armor double Z Gundam or Overon to deal more damage to my target. So instead of upgrading my supporter, I can just upgrade the weapon level and then upgrade more on my DPS, like strengthen my DPS further. That is the way to balance your material, and then because also this is very situational, you're not gonna use him like every day in every stages, so that's a very special occasion, so you don't want to just waste material on that kind of unit. And then we also have narrative and unicorn Gundam in here that I still haven't get yet. So if I do need a physical DPS later on in the game, because these both DPS are ranged, then I can just wait until I get lucky with a Unicorn Gundam, which is actually also really great. Like it has a very high survivability skill. And also the Narrative Gundam is another tank Gundam with a really good pilot that have 2 support defense. So this is gonna be my tank if I ever gonna get him. So if I ever go to the unit assembly again, I will wish for getting the exchange points to 200 and finally get my first exchange of the Narrative Gundam. You see, so you can see here, I have already exchanged 10 times here, just press this one time, and I got Beltorchica. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to start using her. Look at this. This is all my lucks on my gacha. I'm very lucky as a free-to-play player, so I don't spend a single cent into this game, but I still need to be smart in choosing my Gundam. As always, the 3 limit break SSR Gundam is gonna be always stronger than limit break 0 of UR units. Like for example, my Sasabi in here, unless I need him to kill the enemy in succession. Although if I do want to kill the enemy continuously, I can just use the pilot Charas Nebel and put it in something like maybe the full armor double Z Gundam, and it still perform the same, I think. Let me check. Chain step doesn't require. Yeah, chain step doesn't require the Neo Zeon. It's above the Neo Zeon. Okay, so when piloting units with specified text reduce damage taken. Only the damage taken is get if you get him a unit with Neo Zeon tech. So I can just put full armor double Z Gundam with the pilot Charas Nebel, and it will definitely gonna deal more damage than the Sasabi in here. The reason why the UR units is still preferable is because the EX skill make the weapon attribute damage reduction null, and it's also absolute hit, so you don't need any accuracy on this one. And also for fighting against someone like Psycho Gundam, like this one, this damage ignore that I feel, But the lucky part is that in Master League, because most of the time, if I fight against Strike Freedom or Freedom Gundam, they use their beam shot rifle instead of their EX weapon. If sometimes they use the beam shot rifle, then this one doesn't ignore my eye field. So yeah, that's the advantage of having EX unit. But if you don't fight against something like Psycho Gundam, then a full armor double Z Gundam with SP conversion and limit break 3 gonna deal higher damage than the Sasabi there. So that's my take, Although it's not gonna deal higher damage than Zeta Gundam because of the power creep, Zeta Gundam is still stronger than full limit break, full armor double Z Gundam. So this game just gotta have to be patient, That's why I'm saving up my pool for the next banner, and we'll see if the next banner is worth pulling or not, and the power creep is definitely there. So yeah, that's the whole reason I'm very excited with the Beltorchica, and I can't wait, because if I happen, for example, like currently I am lucky in these units, The reason why I haven't used up any of my materials is because if in some cases I get a really good supporter units in here, but they have, like, for example, tough as nails, okay? Like this one is already there, but let's find something else. For example, if I go to unit and maybe in the future I get this one. This was the tech that I was waiting for, the new type machine. If I don't get the Psychomo, if I can get the new type machine, I can also have my new Gundam Do and the Lesigna in here. The only disadvantage here is that it doesn't have the Phoenix Gundam, which is the physical weapon damage taken, but Zeta Gundam and Sazabi doesn't deal physical damage. So it is still great. So if in case I get the new type, the new type machine, then I need to build my Gundam around this new type machine. So I cannot use, and I cannot upgrade my double Z Gundam and my enhanced double Z Gundam, the SR unit, because it is not included in here. And my choice is very, very limited. So this is the case why I'm holding on to my material. So if I happen to just go trigger happy and upgrade my double Z Gundam and thinking that, oh, it's a very good SR unit, then if I end up getting this mothership, like the one with the new type machine, then it's useless. I'm not gonna bring them because obviously bringing this guy K-Mark Limit Break 3 under this mothership gonna deal higher damage than the double Z Gundam SR unit that I bring without the boost of this mothership. So that's the main reason why mothership is very, very important. So I recommend you guys to choose your mothership first before you build your team. And once you find your mothership, then you can go all out and strengthen those units. And if someday this game have the content of killing a boss, like dealing as much damage as you can to the boss, and the highest score will be put in the leaderboard, like that kind of content, you know, like a lot of gacha games, a lot of mobile games do this kind of thing, then you know that you need to give the highest amount of debuff to your target and deal as much damage as possible within the limited amount of time. And hence why this have all the debuffs I need while also having the DPS that I need. So in that kind of content, this is perfect. So that's it for this video, guys. So I'm gonna explain to you in the next video on SR units, all the notable SR units that you can upgrade to get an advantage against UR units, the ones that are stronger against UR units. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.